In this package, Akwa Ibom State PDP governorship candidate Udom Emmanuel promises to establish ammonia plant in Esreket if voted into office. Ethical and Attitudinal Reorientation Commission takes campaign for peaceful election to educational institutions in the state. And state government seeks cooperation from Nigeria Association of Small-Scale Industrialists in its industrialization program. Stay tuned for details on these and other stories. A very good morning to you out there. Welcome to HBC 45 News. My name is Etu Ikon. The Akwa Ibom State PDP standard flag bearer, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, says his administration will establish an ammonia plant in Esreket local government area if voted into office as the governor of the state in the April gubernatorial elections. Mr. Emmanuel was speaking at a rally in Esreket, said the petrochemical plant sited in Ukwa will be put into effective use as part of his industrialization program. Patience John tells us more.
The PDP governorship hopeful who said when voted into power, his administration will consolidate on the transformation that is in progress in the state, create wealth through empowerment, especially for the youth. He promised to build a major science secondary school in Esreket to take care of the educational needs of the people, build roads, revamp the aqua farms at Etebi, and put to use the petrochemical plant, which he said has the potential to employ up to 3,000 youths.
The road from Ntanya down, we are going to make sure we rehabilitate that road. Then the road from that gas plant to Edo, up to Benebo, we'll make sure we fully rehabilitate that road. Immediately we do that, we will have opened Esreket completely into the economic empowerment of the whole world.
Governor Godswill Akpabio, who was represented by his deputy, Lady Valerie Ebe, thanked the people of Esreket for supporting the PDP government and called for more support to enable Mr. Udom Emmanuel clinch the governorship seat.
It therefore means that you really appreciate the work of a governor who is one in a million.
The PDP chapter chairman in Esreket, Mr. Godwin Abia, and the chairman of Esreket local government, Deacon Ibanga Etang, said the 38,000 voters in Esreket are PDP supporters who are ready to vote for all the PDP candidates. They thanked Governor Kwabi for the positive impact created by his administration.
Udom is fine. Udom is intelligent. Udom is a success. Udom is a performer because we know he's going to do it.
The political leader in the area, Elder Ben Okoko, the managing director of Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC), Barrister Dan Abia Sr., and the member representing Eket Federal Constituency, Barrister Dan Abia Jr., described the PDP governorship candidate as vision-driven, focused, and intelligent person, and promised continuous support for the PDP. The MD of NDDC promised that the commission will construct the road leading to the local government stadium, as well as give the stadium a facelift.
Today you now have a ring road. It is PDP government of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, supported by the uncommon transformer. That is how you got the ring road.
The state's PDP chairman, Obon Paul Ekpo, presented the candidates to the people. They are Chief Nelson Effiong for Eket Senatorial District, Mrs. Owidre Ekpotai for Eket Federal Constituency, Mr. Udom Emmanuel for Governor, while Usorok Manuso is slated for the State House of Assembly. The Director General of the Udom Emmanuel Moses Ekpo Campaign Council, Otuekong Idonson Kanga, reminded the people that the election dates have been shifted to 28 March and 11th April this year. He called on them to also vote for President Goodluck Jonathan, as well as collect the permanent voter cards to enable them vote.
Your PVC so that you can now vote for them. Don't sell it. Don't forget to go and vote.
Gifts from the women and people of Israel were presented to the guests. Patience John reporting.
People of Midem Clan in Abak local government area says they are solidly behind the choice of Dom Imayo as the Akwa Ibom State PDP governorship candidate for the April elections, with Mr. Moses Ekpo as his deputy. By the same token, they have agreed to queue behind Dr. Goodluck Jonathan as the president and Chief Godswill Akpabio as the senator to represent the Ikot Ekpene Senatorial District, as well as other PDP candidates in the area in next month's elections. Correspondent reports that the people stated this when they paid a solidarity visit to the PDP deputy governorship candidate, Mr. Moses Ekpo. Reports.
Led by Dr. Nkeruwe Mituro, the people said they will work hard to ensure that the Udom Emmanuel Moses Ekpo ticket is actualized. The people appreciated the choice of Mr. Moses Ekpo, a son of Abak, for the position of the deputy governor, saying that as Moses of the old, he stands for justice, fairness, equity, peace, and development of not just Abak, but Akwa Ibom State generally. They saluted Governor Godswill Akpabio for his development strides in Abak, making particular reference to the bridge, the Independence Hall under construction, and the General Hospital at Ukum, in addition to road networks in the area. The people appealed to the state's government to consider Midem Clan sons and daughters in the next dispensation for appointment as commissioners, board chairmen, and members.
I'm happy that the deputy governor is in the so we make a for this PDP. But we don't want to stay and watch. We want to be integrated fully into the scheme of things in this state, so that we continue to say we are the ones doing it, not they have done.
Speakers at the visit were included Barrister Patrick Udomtham, Barrister Paul Ugom, Barrister Emmanuel Okuku Patrick Akerete, village head of Ntotong, Anobong Paul Ebong, village head of Ikorimo, spoke glowingly of the person of Moses Ekpo and their readiness to deliver the PDP in Midem Clan, and Mr. Charles Udo and Mr. Kubimo Ezekiel.
By your wealth of experience in politics and administration, you should not open your doors to gossips. You should not open your doors to blackmail. You should not open your doors for bigotry. But open your doors for ideas and discussions that will bring development to Abak.
Responding, the deputy governor, Mr. Moses Ekpo, who said that he was overwhelmed by the solidarity shown by the people of Midem, described his nomination as a mark of honor, respect, and reward to the people of Abak, who have been consistent in their support to the government over the years. Mr. Moses Ekpo said that his position to bring about unity and development of not only the 5 clans in Abak local government area, but the whole of Abak 5 and the entire state. He called for the support from the people during and after the elections, and appealed to the aggrieved PDP members in the area who left the party to come back to the fold, as they would be properly integrated.
We cannot preempt God, because He puts you on the right path at the right time. That is why I see what is happening to Abak today. Not happening to Moses today. What is happening to Abak today is God's time and God's doing.
Akwa Ibom State youth have been charged to channel their energies towards ensuring free, fair, and peaceful and credible elections in the state. The chairman of Ethical and Attitudinal Reorientation Commission, ECOM, Deaconess Christy Obud, gave the charge during a sensitization meeting with students of College of Education affairs at Nsibondeku government area. Correspondent reports that the sensitization meeting took place at the college premises. The reports.
Deaconess Obud said the call because youths are the ones that can give credence to good governance. The chairman, who was accompanied by commissioners and management staff of the commission, observed with dismay the recruitment of students and youth as talks by politicians, saying it is high time the youth reject such offers and allow politicians to use their children and relations as talks. She reminded the youth that the society is built on good morals, adding that a society that love is allowed to every time. The commission decided to visit the college to enlighten the students of.
Most times they will come out and call you to come and do the bad. Either come and take away the ballot box and run or hold guns or something. We don't want our children to lose their lives because election is on.
Dr. Patrick Uko appreciated EACOM for the sensitization meeting and expressed the hope the 2015 general elections would be paid. He advised the students against engaging in activities that will mar the elections.
State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has announced an adjustment in its ongoing campaign rally schedule. A statement signed by the chairman of the Media and Publicity Campaign of the PDP Campaign Council, Mr. Anekan Omana, says the rallies for Ika and Atmepu liquid government area, earlier scheduled for 18th February, will now hold on Saturday, 14th February 2015. While that of Baranin in Onaliku government areas have been shifted to Monday, 16th February 2015. The statement attributes the changes to unforeseen development in the party and regrets inconveniences the new dates may cause supporters. You're still watching AKBC 45 News this morning. We'll now take a break. We'll be back with more news. Stay tuned.
Gerenge President will start the campaign. The general regime will be the Amiago. The rules of the Messiah. The rule you don't mess with them. The rule of demand at the time and so on. Therefore, it's a man military. When finally, His Excellency Agapo military, they can be not a trial of the Moses. When you look at what you are getting, I get a way on. Joseph, I got that. I'm not looking for them. I am out for home. Sitting on a quarter of the road, so they are not looking around there. When they make a full of it, all of us get the full of the end. Don't go in a man. You know, it's like the army. You know.
Udom is right and fair. For Udom is the best. For Kwaibon said, Udom is right and fair. Behold our next governor.
Glad to know that you're still there. And now moving forward, the personal assistant to the Governor of Media, Mr. Essien Ndwese, has charged youth to support the ongoing efforts of Governor Godswill Akpabio in ensuring a peaceful and credible transition of administration. Mr. Ndwese gave the charge at the Thanksgiving service on inauguration of the executives and coordinators of the youth group known as 3-for-1 Ambassadors in Uyo. The governor's aide applauded members of the group for their foresight in supporting Governor Godswill Akpabio's efforts in repositioning the state and enjoined them to remain steadfast in their support for the PDP flag bearer in the state, Mr. Udom Emmanuel. Mr. Ndwese intends that Udom Emmanuel candidature represents massive industrialization and agricultural revolution, which according to him will bring about job opportunities and wealth creation in the state.
We know that Chief Akpabio has made Akwa Ibom State to be redefined from a state that was known as a resort for households and artisans. It's become an investor's paradise and a home for MDs and GMs of multinational firms in this country.
President of the 3-for-1 ambassadors, Mr. Michael James, said the group, which is canvassing support for the emergence of Mr. Udom Emmanuel as the next governor of the state, has flagged off a door-to-door mobilization campaign aimed at sensitizing the rural populace on the need for them to make the right decision. Mr. James said that the door-to-door campaign will cover the 31 local government areas of the state, adding that it is making good use of the shift in the date of the election by Independent National Electoral Commission to undertake intensive mobilization of supporters to collect their permanent voter cards.
And I want to encourage all the members of this group that have been standing by me. And then you interpret by yourself. After and that the members of 3-for-1 ambassadors have been helping me to interpret the vision of this group. And I said, I appreciate you people. I myself, as a man, cannot appreciate, cannot give. But I want to tell you that in secret, God will definitely reward you.
The Director of Media and Publicity, Mr. Solomon Ayo, said that the emergence of Udom Emmanuel as the PDP governorship candidate was the best thing to happen to the state, adding that already the 31 coordinators of the group spread across the 31 local government area have begun mobilization for the PDP governorship candidate. Earlier, a Thanksgiving service and prayer session for the victory of the governorship hopeful, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, and a peaceful 2015 polls took place at the Word of Faith Covenant Assembly reviewed by members of the organization. High point of the ceremony was the formal swearing into office of a 31-member executive of the body, with Mr. Michael James as President, Mrs. Christiana Matthias Ekereke, Vice President, and Mr. Imo George, Secretary. The state government is seeking the cooperation of the Nigerian Association of Small-Scale Industrialists in its efforts to industrialize the state. The Commissioner for Commerce and Industries, Mr. Uforton Kawode, who was speaking when he received members of the association, said such partnership will boost the industrial sector of the state's economy. Mr. Kawode said that with infrastructure development put in place by the government, the next state of development is the industrialization of the state. According to him, industrialization will not only create job opportunities for the teeming youth, but will also create wealth for the people. Mr. Kawode urged the association to liaise with relevant authorities to provide loans to small-scale entrepreneurs. He thanks the association for the visit, adding that with the engineer Ezekiel Essien as the new national president of the association, more doors of industrialization will be opened in the state. The state chairman of the association, Pastor Andrew Wanta, presented the new president, called on government at all levels to collaborate with the NASI to actualize the industrialization of the country. Pastor Wanta appreciated the state government and the Ministry of Commerce and Industries for always accommodating the association in its activities. The national president of NASI, Engineer Ezekiel Essien, thanked God for seeing him through the election and the commissioner for his fatherly advice. He promised to take the association to a higher level. The event was witnessed by directors in the ministry and members of the association. Following a reduction in cases of Ebola virus in West Africa, the United States is considering pulling out its troops, which assisted in the control of the disease. This forms part of the news on international scene as presented by Mercy Ikare.
U.S. military is set to most troops that were deployed in West Africa to help control the outbreak of the deadly Ebola virus. Last November, the Defense Department deployed several hundreds of U.S. troops in West Africa, U.S. for International Development, USAID, and other international partners to combat Ebola. The announcement of the troop came as the epidemic has begun to recede. Barack Obama is expected to declare a next phase in fighting the disease soon. A small team of 100 U.S. troops will remain in the region to strengthen disease preparedness and capacity. As the security in Yemen continues to deteriorate, US and France have withdrawn their various embassies in Yemen, and these embassies have been ordered by their various countries to return home. The leader of an Islamist group, Sharia for Fuad Belkacem, and his followers on charges. Fuad was sentenced to 12 years in court in northern city of Antwerp. Radicalization of young men to armed combat and also raising their dependence of Syria. And in football, Mario Balotelli's first Premier League goal for Liverpool gave them a crucial victory in the fight for a top 4 place in a thrilling game at Anfield. Liverpool only to be beaten by Tottenham Hotspurs before Balotelli won as a Daniel in Adam Lallana's cross with 7 minutes left.
Lallana, Balotelli! Celebrations all around this ground, in fact, from everyone bar the man himself.
And that's great to see, a show of support from everybody.
You can also listen, you can also watch AKBC TV News online by logging on to akbconline.org and follow us on Twitter at AKBC450 or on Facebook at AKBC Channel 45. And now to conclude the news, a look at some of the major stories. The Akwa State PDP governorship candidate, Udom Emayo, has promised to establish an ammonia plant in Esereke local government area if voted into office in April's governorship election. He was addressing a rally in Esereke where he canvassed for the people's vote. Also brought a report that the Ethical and Attitudinal Reorientation Commission has taken the campaign on peaceful elections to educational institutions in the states. And that's the package this morning. Thanks for watching. To have a splendid day.